What do you get when you combine Amazon and ZOOX? Amazon has recently announced that it acquired ZOOX, a self-driving startup founded in 2014 that has raised nearly $1 billion in funding and which aims to develop autonomous driving technology, including vehicles, for the purposes of providing a full-stack solution for ride-hailing. ZOOX has chosen one of the most expensive possible paths in the autonomous driving industry, seeking to build a fit-for-purpose self-driving passenger vehicle from the ground up, along with the software and AI to provide its autonomous driving capabilities. First, let's examine the concept of this vehicle. Now, you might think, hang on a minute, there are other autonomous cars. But here's the difference, okay? This is fully purpose-built. They have not taken a car that already exists on the road and retrofitted it with all of the technology. They've built this from the ground up, and it's quite a unique design. This vehicle is capable of Level 5 autonomy. Just to compare, Tesla Autopilot is Level 2. Level 5 is a major step change in complexity and means no humans are necessary to drive the vehicle. ZOOX and Amazon started building from the ground up. They wiped their slate clean and, instead of building upon another vehicle as an evolution, created something that was completely their own. As a revolutionary product, this was done because the company thought that simply building off of a vehicle that is currently in circulation is fundamentally flawed. Having sensors, cameras, and other sensory objects on the ZOOX car provides more of the foundation they were looking for to build up their product. Trying to place these things onto an already existing car did not provide the optimal placement. The capacity of this vehicle is up to 4 passengers. The passenger also has control of nearly every aspect of the cabin. They can play music, charge their phones, control the temperature, and relax. There is an option to ride alone, share a ride, or, of course, ride with friends. Everything is controlled from an app similar to Lyft and Uber. The consumer downloads the app, specifies where they will be picked up and where they will be dropped off. The car arrives, and you begin your journey. ZOOX has a cost-efficient thesis for how these autonomous vehicles function. ZOOX covers the cost of building and maintaining the cars, and the consumer will simply pay for their ride. The cost efficiency comes from these autonomous cars constantly running. Now let's talk about safety. From the genesis of this project, safety has been the main focus and the ultimate goal. Having these placed in the optimal positions makes for a safer vehicle. It has been designed as completely symmetrical, so no matter what side the passenger needs to board or exit the vehicle, they are on the correct side, preventing climbing over people or uncomfortable seating arrangements. It is also designed to be aesthetically much different from a typical vehicle. It stands out from other cars as more of a carriage-like structure rather than blending in with other types of cars. It is capable of driving in either direction at any given time, cutting out the need for U-turns and 3-point turns. These features add to the safety features of the car. Inside, passengers are wrapped in a cocoon of protection. ZOOX comes equipped with a comprehensive airbag system, including innovations like roof, side, and rear airbags, forming an airbag sleeping bag for maximum safety. Beyond passive safety, every aspect of the ride is controlled and monitored, providing peace of mind with emergency contact capabilities. ZOOX doesn't just meet federal safety benchmarks. It exceeds them, having passed stringent crash tests with flying colors. Constant learning and rigorous testing mean ZOOX's AI adapts to ensure continuous improvement in safety protocols. Now let's find out how was it developed. ZOOX has been charting San Francisco, Las Vegas, and Seattle with their Level 3 autonomous cars. These cars use LiDAR to create a detailed 3D map of the city, which their fleet will use to navigate. The ZOOX fleet will also use radar and optical cameras as they drive around in order to give them a fuller picture of the world and enable safe navigation of complex environments. This array of sensors holds the promise of making these vehicles much safer than human-driven ones. It's important to be aware of the fact that 94% of crashes have been caused by human error. A lot of the crashes that humans get into are during those strange maneuvers that people don't do that often. 3-point turns, U-turns, parallel parking. As a human, you can only look in one direction at a time. Not only can we see everything all the time, We also have 270 degrees coverage on every corner of the vehicle, so we can even see around objects. We have a significantly higher degree of situational awareness, which makes the vehicle much safer, particularly in tricky maneuvers. ZOOX's vehicles are nearly ready to make their public debut, and you'll be able to buy one. Well, actually, never. No autonomous vehicle buying for you. These are effectively taxis, shuttling passengers about, which means ZOOX's vision of the future has very few cars that will be bought or sold. ZOOX wants us to think like this. You should be happy because we're not making you pay for the vehicle. We're just making you pay for that little, tiny portion that's your ride. You want to think about this as transportation as a service, as opposed to anything else. When you're not using it, somebody else is using it. There's a fleet of them. They go to base. They autonomously get themselves to the charging station. 2 hours, done. Up, back out, and redeploy. This is challenging personal car ownership, something that is ingrained in the psyche of many nations. Now let's dive on one very important field, testing. ZOOX autonomous vehicle has undergone years of rigorous testing and safety procedures, making absolutely sure that the car will pass all of the safety standards to be allowed on the road. Although the primary target for this vehicle is short-term transit in urban locations, meaning pickups and drop-offs in a denser area like cities, the vehicle is capable of accelerating up to 75 miles per hour, allowing it to drive safely on highways and interstates. So even though the primary area is a city or urban area, this car is capable of driving in other types of locations. The artificial intelligence of ZOOX is constantly learning. There is a fleet of vehicles that will go and collect an initial database for the autonomous car to learn from. Then the vehicle will proceed to learn as it drives around. The vehicle has been equipped with a plethora of software and data, including maps, perception software, and decision-making software. This allows the vehicle to see its surroundings and understand where it is on a map. It also allows the vehicle to see and understand its surroundings, like other cars, trucks, and pedestrians, and then make a decision on how to best proceed. Is that person going to cross the street? Will that car turn? It uses prediction software to understand each of the possibilities that could happen to ensure the safety of its passengers. ZOOX has recently announced that the cars are running, and they are being tested rigorously without passengers to ensure safety. They have not yet announced the date when the cars will be available for passenger services, but they are prepared in the next few years to be available for services. The cars are undergoing the learning curve to develop artificial intelligence and understanding of their surroundings for multiple areas. Amazon does have hopes that in the future, they will utilize this autonomous vehicle for contactless package delivery. Now, what can we say about the future of this project? The vision and passion from ZOOX have been recognized by many, but one certain company took enough interest in them that they acquired them as a partner. Amazon, yes, Amazon has acquired ZOOX as a partner company. What that means is that ZOOX now has financial backing, capital, and support to continue to grow their vision. It also means Amazon now has the technology built by ZOOX to utilize in its own vision for completely robotic run warehouses. ZOOX has a cost-efficient thesis for how these autonomous vehicles function. ZOOX covers the cost of building and maintaining the cars, and the consumer will simply pay for their ride. The cost efficiency comes from these autonomous cars constantly running. A personal vehicle is used less than one might think and depreciates in value as it is not being used. ZOOX will constantly be in use. As one passenger is exiting, the car already knows where its next passenger needs to be picked up. It will only be still while the batteries are being charged. The future of ZOOX is set to position the company as a global leader in mobility, revolutionizing the ride-hailing industry with its advanced autonomous vehicles. By focusing on creating a completely autonomous, purpose-built vehicle, ZOOX aims to enhance urban transportation, making it more accessible and environmentally friendly. Supported by Amazon, ZOOX is poised to leverage significant resources to scale and deploy its fleet across major cities, offering a convenient and safe alternative to traditional driving. The company envisions providing seamless transportation that not only reduces reliance on personal car ownership, but also contributes to urban sustainability by decreasing emissions and traffic congestion. With its innovative approach, ZOOX is committed to transforming how people move through cities, emphasizing safety, inclusivity, and environmental responsibility.